Hello, good morning, students. I am Dr. Tarun Gupta, Mechanical Engineering Department, GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Greater Noida. Today we discuss fifth unit of Energy Conservation and Management. This is our lecture 5. We have already covered part of the syllabus in last 4 lectures. So today we discuss next lecture, fifth lecture. Syllabus is already provided by AKTU. Syllabus code is RME 083. Out of this syllabus, we have already discussed energy economics, discount period, payback period, and internal rate of return. Today we discuss net present value. Rest two topics, life cycle costing and ESCO concept, will discuss in next lecture. So this is our net present value. Net present value. What is net present value? See, net present value, we can say it is a method to calculate the present value of all yearly cash flow, that is capital cost and net saving, incurred and accrued throughout the life of a project. You can say net present value of a project is equal to the algebraic sum of the present value of all the cash flows associated with it. See, I have write algebraic sum. The reason behind this word algebraic sum, because there are two type of cash flows. One is inflow, other is outflow. So one is negative, other is positive. That's why I mentioned this word algebraic sum. One formula is given, NPV is equals to CF naught divided by 1 plus K whole raised to power naught plus CF1 divided by 1 plus K whole raised to power 1, and so on up to N. Or you can write it summation where T equal to 0 to N, CFT by 1 plus K whole raised to power T, where NPV net present value, CFT cash flow occur at the end of year T, where T is 0, 1 to N, and in life of the project K is the discount rate. See, I mentioned T start from 0 and CFT is cash flow. So cash flow at the end of T0, how is it possible? It is possible because in the starting we invest some amount to start the project, to purchase the machine. So CF0 when T is 0, that is minus which we invest. Rest are the positive. And is the life of project. Let's say we are saying this project is for 10 years or for 20 years. K is the discount rate, right? We can say net present value is calculated by taking the difference between the present value of cash inflows and present value of cash outflows over a period of time. As the name suggests, net present value is nothing but net of the present value of cash inflows and outflows by discounting the flows at a specified rate. Discount का meaning क्या है? The meaning of discount is that what will be the value of the amount. Let's say today I am investing 1 lakh rupees, but the value of that 1 lakh rupees will not be same for next year or for after 10 years. So K is the discount. I will take one example to clear this NPV. But before that, you must know the advantage of net present value. Advantage are it takes into account the time value of the money, and it considers the cash flow stream in its project life. These 2 points. See, in the last topic, whenever we were discussing internal rate of return, we discussed these 2 limitations, that internal rate of return does not consider the time value of money, but net present value consider the time value of money. It also, NPV also consider the cash flow in the project life. Let we are taking an example. A corporation, or you can say an organization, decide whether to introduce a new product line. The company will have immediate cost of 1 lakh rupees as t equal to 0. It means company is able to invest 1 lakh rupees presently, and we consider that t equal to 0. Recall a cost is a negative for outgoing cash flow. ये आपके लिए है. This is for you. You consider this amount 1 lakh rupees as a negative. Thus, this cash flow is represented as minus 1 lakh rupees. The company assumes the product will provide equal benefit of 10,000 rupees for each of the 12 years beginning at t equal to 1. This is the assumption of companies. If the company launched that project with by investing 1 lakh rupees, so every year company will gain rupees 10,000. It is not the value of the money. It is the net amount which company receive. That is 10,000 for next 12 years. For simplicity, assume the company will have no outgoing cash flow after the initial 1 lakh cost. The meaning of this line that there is no maintenance, there is no operating cost and other cost. Only the investment of 1 lakh rupees. This also makes the simplifying assumption that net cash received or paid is lumped into a single transaction occurred on the last day of year. The meaning of this line, we are saying the company will gain a benefit of rupees 10,000. So that 10,000 is after deduction of all the cost, means operator cost, electricity cost, maintenance cost, and routine checkup cost. At the end of the 12 years, the product no longer provides any cash flow and is discounted without any additional cost. Assume the effective annual discount rate is 10%. Meaning of it, we are saying we consider time value of the money. So he is saying the 10,000 which we earn every year annually, its value decreased 10%. Means the value of 10,000 is today will be 10% less in next year, right? So we calculate for each year. I have prepared a table at t equal to 0. See first line t equal to 0. So I mentioned minus 10,000. It should be 1 lakh. There is a mistake. It should be 1 lakh. So minus 1 lakh divided by 1 plus 0.10 raised to power 0. So it is minus 1 lakh. Means today I invest 1 lakh rupees. So I mention it minus 1 lakh. When t equal to 1, at the end of the year, I will receive 10,000 rupees as a profit. But the time value of that 10,000 rupees will be 9,090 rupees and 91 paise. Similarly, for after passing the 2 years, or when t equal to 2, the value of those 10,000 will be rupees 8,264.46 and so on. For T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Formula is same. Rupees 10,000, that is net gain, divided by 1 plus discount 0.10 whole raised to power number of years. So table is prepared. You can also prepare the same table. So for all the 12 years, we have to make the calculations. Already we do it. Now, the total present value of incoming cash flow. Incoming cash flow means you can see here, from here, T1 to T12. T1 to T12. The total incoming cash flow is 68,136 rupees and 91 paise. But the total present value of the project is rupees 1 lakh. Means today if we consider all the values, then the net present value or NPV of the project is benefit minus cost. You can see that is minus 31,863.09. And I told you if it is in minus, it means we are in loss. If it is plus, we are in profit. So from here you can see After the passing of 12 years, the cost of the project will be minus 31,863.09. So from here we can observe that if we increase the T means time, the present value of each cash flow at T decrease. You can see here in the table, at the end of first year, the value of 10,000 is 9090, or at the end of you can see 10 year, it is 3855. So as number of years or time increase, the cash flow will decrease. For example, the final incoming cash flow has a future value of 10,000 at T equal to 12 is 3186.31. See, we calculate it today itself. Remember, we calculate it today itself. If we are going to implement this project, we are going to invest rupees 1 lakh. So this is our expectation. It doesn't mean every year we will get a benefit of rupees 10,000. It may increase, it may decrease. Right? The opposite of discounting is compounding. Taking the example in reverse order, it is equivalent to investing rupees 3186.31, which is at 12th year now at T equal to 0 at an interest rate of 10% compounding. So after 12 years, it will be rupees 10,000 future value. Meaning is same. If we make a fixed deposit of rupees 3186.31 and we consider 10% compound rate of interest for 12 years, after the 12 years, we will get 10,000. Or if we consider 10,000 rupees and we consider 10% discount every year, so after 12 years, the cost of 10,000 will be 3186.31. The importance of NPV become clear in this instance. Though incoming cash flow is 10,000 into 12 years, that is rupees 1,20,000, right? Which you can say which is much more than the investment, that is rupees 1 lakh. But the future cash flow are not adjusted using the discount rate. Thus, the project appears misleading profitable. Means some person can say, sir, you are investing rupees 1 lakh and we are getting return 1,20,000. Still, that machine or that project we have already in our hand. So this is a profitable business. But no, when the cash flow are discounted, it indicates the project would result in a net loss of rupees 31,863.09. Thus, this NPV calculation indicates that this project should be disregarded because investing in this project means the loss of approximately rupees 32,000. See, here you can consider the more benefit, more profit. In that case, this amount you can recover. You cannot recover the amount by just increasing the number of years. You cannot recover the amount just by decreasing the discount because it is not in your hand. The time value of the money is not in your hand. But if you work more, if you do more advertisement, if you are having more orders, then you can increase your profit, your benefit. So the concept of time value of money indicate that cash flow in different period of time cannot be accurately compared unless they have been adjusted to reflect their values at the same period of time. It is the present value of each future cash flow that must be determined in order to provide any meaningful comparison between cash flow at different period of time. Right? There are few assumptions. The first assumption is the investment horizon of all possible projects considered equally acceptable to the investor. Means if we have more than one project, you consider all the project for same time. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एक प्रोजेक्ट को 5 साल के लिए कंसीडर करें, एक प्रोजेक्ट को 10 साल के लिए कंसीडर करें. You consider all the project for the same time. The 10% discount rate is the appropriate rate to discount the expected cash flow from each project being considered, each project is assumed equally speculative, means ये जो डिस्काउंट रेट हमने कंसिडर किया है 10%, सो ये अप्रोप्रिएट है। और जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट को हम कंसिडर कर रहे हैं सभी प्रोजेक्ट पर आप हमें सेम कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज द टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ द मनी जो है वो सेम ही डिक्रीज होगी। ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर एक प्रोजेक्ट में लगा दे तो वो कम डिक्रीज होगी, दूसरे प्रोजेक्ट में लगा दिया ज्यादा डिक्रीज होगी। मार्केट के हिसाब से, मैं इन्फिल्ट्रेशन के हिसाब से जो इसकी टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ द मनी है इट विल रिड्यूस सेम। द शेयर होल्डर कैन नॉट गेट अबव अ 10% रिटर्न ऑन देयर मनी if they were to directly assume an equivalent level of risk. See, जो भी शेयर होल्डर्स हैं उन्हें आप 10% से ज्यादा रिटर्न नहीं दे सकते, बिकॉज इफ यू आर गिविंग मोर रिटर्न देयर इज अ रिस्क, इफ यू आर गिविंग लेस रिटर्न देयर इज अ रिस्क। इफ यू आर गिविंग मोर रिटर्न means you are giving more than 10%, in that case your organization may be in loss, बहुत जल्दी हो सकता है आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बंद हो जाए। If you are giving less return, then there may be a chance वो जो इन्वेस्टर है वो अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट वापस ले ले, आपको फर्दर इन्वेस्ट ना करें। सो आपको ध्यान रखना है कि एक अप्रोप्रिएट रिटर्न आपको शेयर होल्डर्स को देनी है, और ये हर बार जरूरी नहीं है कि आप उसको 10% ही दें। कभी 10% हो सकता है, कभी 8% हो सकता है, कभी 11% हो सकता है, बट अप्रोप्रिएट आपको देना है। आपको दोनों पॉइंट ध्यान में रखने हैं कि कंपनी के फाइनेंस पोजीशन पर भी एडवर्स इफेक्ट ना हो, और साथ में ये जो शेयर होल्डर्स हैं ये जो है ये अपना अमाउंट वापस ना निकालना, ये ध्यान रखना है आपने। If the investor could do better elsewhere, no project should be undertaken by the firm, and the excess capital should be turned over to the shareholder through dividend and stock repurchasing. More realistic problem would also need to consider other factors generally, including smaller time bucket, calculation of taxes, inflation, currency exchange fluctuation, hedged or unhedged commodity cost, risk of technical obsolescence, potential future competitive factors, uneven or unpredictable cash flow, and a more realistic salvage value assumption, as well as many other. See, these are a few other problems which we have not considered whenever we are doing calculations. जैसे कैलकुलेशन ऑफ टैक्सेस, आज की डेट में टैक्स कुछ और है, गवर्नमेंट हो सकता है टैक्स रेट चेंज कर दे, टैक्स कम भी हो सकते हैं, ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं, इन्फ्लेशन महंगाई कम हो सकती है, ज्यादा हो सकती है। हमने फ्लैट रेट मान लिया 10%, बट ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। करेंसी एक्सचेंज फ्लक्चुएशंस, yes, sometimes we are dealing in other currency. Whenever we are dealing in other currency, in that case there is a currency fluctuation. कमोडिटी कॉस्ट, कमोडिटी मींस हमें अगर मान लीजिए कोई बाहर से परचेज करना है तो उसकी कॉस्ट चेंज हो सकती है। रिस्क ऑफ टेक्निकल ऑब्सोलिसेंस मींस जो टेक्निकली जो पार्ट है या टेक्निकल नॉलेज है या उसके स्पेयर पार्ट से हो सकता है वो मार्केट से मिलने बंद हो जाए, जैसे आज की डेट में कंप्यूटर्स के केस में होता है कि कंप्यूटर्स के स्पेयर पार्ट्स मिलना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, राइट। पोटेंशियल फ्यूचर कॉम्पिटिटिव फैक्टर्स, कुछ और फैक्टर हो सकते हैं, हो सकता है कोई नया कंपटीटर मार्केट में आ जाए। अनइवन और अनप्रेडिक्टेबल कैश फ्लो, हो सकता है कि जो कुछ फैक्टर ऐसे जो हमने कंसीडर नहीं किए उसमें भी हमें कैश खर्च करना पड़े। जैसे मान लीजिए कोई मेजर मेंटेनेंस हो गई, गवर्नमेंट के कोई पोल्यूशन के नॉर्म्स आ गए या कोई एक्सीडेंट हो गया। ए मोर रियलिस्टिक साल्वेज वैल्यू असम्पशंस, सो अगर ये सारा कुछ स्क्रैप होता है तो स्क्रैप में कितने का जाएगा। आज हम लोग अच्छा कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, हो सकता है बाद में उतने में ना जाए। तो ये सारे फैक्टर्स भी हैं जो आपको ध्यान रखने हैं। इन सारे फैक्टर्स के बेस पर आपने अपने प्रोजेक्ट को ध्यान रखना है, राइट। एंड फाइनली दिस इज टुडेज टॉपिक, so thank you for listening. If there is any question you can ask, if there is any question. हाँ जी, किसी को कुछ पूछना है? तो आप लोग कुछ पूछ सकते हैं मेरे से, और नहीं पूछना है तो बताइए, आई विल क्लिक द अटेंडेंस। हाँ जी, किसी, इज देयर एनी डाउट?
No, sir.
So okay, then I finish it.